this recipe, you'll need some diced pumpkin, or you could use some butternut squash. And I'm using some red lentils, but you could use any kind of lentils you want. And I have a very large onion, but you could use 2 to 3 smaller onions. 1 sweet potato, 4 cloves of garlic. You could use as much or little garlic as you like. I'm using some strained tomatoes. I wish I had diced tomatoes, but these will do. And some low sodium vegetable broth. I'm using 2 bundles of collard greens. You could use any kind of green you want, like kale, that would be good as well. And I'm using 2 cans of Great Northern beans. You could use any kind of beans you like. And I have some miso paste. And for the seasonings, I'm using some crushed red pepper, some onion and garlic powder, turmeric, ground cumin, and curry powder. I'm just sauteing up the onions, and then I added in the garlic. And you just want to cook this down until it's translucent. And I'm just cooking this in a little bit of low sodium vegetable broth. I just added about 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoon of the red chili flakes. I'm going to cook them with the onions. If you don't like things spicy, you don't have to put this in, or you could just use pepper instead. Once the onions cook down, I'm just going to add the rest of the vegetable broth. And I'm going to put about 1/2 gallon of water in the pot. Almost a little more than 1/2 gallon. And you're just going to put in your diced sweet potato and pumpkin or butternut squash and cook that on a high heat until it boils. And you're going to add all your chopped greens. And we all know that greens cook down, so it looks like a lot, but they will wilt down. And just put a lid on this and let everything cook down for a while. The soup has been cooking for about 15 minutes, and I am going to add in about 1 cup of the lentils. So while I was cooking, I wound up going to the store and getting the chopped tomatoes. So I'm going to be using this in the recipe after all. And I am going to put in the whole container of the chopped tomatoes. And then I'm just going to stir that around, put the lid back on, and cook it on a low heat. You're just going to rinse your beans and add them into your soup. You're going to add 1/2 tablespoon of garlic powder and 1/2 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of curry powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin, and 1 tablespoon of turmeric. And I'm adding about 1.5 tablespoons of miso paste. And you could add salt and pepper to taste, but the miso has a nice salty flavor, so taste it first. And here it is in a bowl, and I added some Veggie Parmesan cheese. And I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thanks for watching. Bye.